What is up, guys? It's the Sound Alchemist here with the pastry eating.
Gersh 1. Bear claws are not my favorite, I guess.
Yeah, they're a pastry, I guess. And today we're back at it again to answer more questions than another for the greater.
This is a video series where we answer the questions left by you, the viewer. If you have a question for us, comment down below. Put a question in front of your question because we get to those questions first. My heart is beating really fast, and I don't know why.
It's all those bear claws.
Yeah, eating too much. This is a video series. I already said that. If you guys want to support the channel, if you enjoy what we do, hit us up with a super thanks. If you do, we will answer whatever question you leave behind, or it's just a way to support the channel to allow us to continue to do this.
And today's super thanks question is from Mitchell Johnson. His question is, what the heck? Sometimes you have to understand the mission, and only then will the Space Marine go to fight. Sometimes you can only look and not need any.
And that's very confusing, so
Yeah.
I don't think we understood your mission.
The way I interpreted your question, because as artistes, we have to decipher the meaning of any and all things. And I thought that you were talking about how often Space Marines get sent out on missions. Because not every engagement in the 40K universe requires a Space Marine. Space Marines are so rare that humanity pretty much will never see these guys. They are myths to them. They are the angels of death, the sky angels, sky people, that type of thing. Many different names to call these Space Marines. Mm-hmm. And only very rarely will they ever actually set foot on planet, because usually the Planetary Defense Force will take care of it, or the Astra Militarum, or the Sisters of Battle. But very rarely do the Space Marines go in. But since we're looking at a game where Space Marines are the most popular faction, we see a lot of their engagements all the time.
Yeah, and to your point, you're right. Like if a Space Marine chapter master decides to send a company of Space Marines, or not even a company, maybe just like a unit of Space Marines, he does so, and the Space Marines take their time analyzing the planet, analyzing the threat, and then coming in there and kicking ass. Mm-hmm. So the chances of, like, let's say you are an Imperial Guardsman, there's a demonic incursion or a Tyranid invasion. Well, those are kind of heavy, but like, let's say an orc raid. And a Space Marine battle barge shows up. You can see the battle barge, you probably won't see the Space Marines. Mm-hmm. You'll hear the destruction that they cause, but they won't fight side by side with you to that point. So
yeah, and even more rarer than that, we actually see an entire company or like more than just like a squad of Space Marines actually go in there and do stuff.
And also remember, like if you were placed in this universe and you saw a Space Marine battle barge with a full company, things are bad. Mm-hmm. Like it means that like death is knocking at your front door.
Yeah, that's wild.
That's wild. Next question.
This one is by Tease Family Kent. If you could have any Traitor Legion have second thoughts on betraying the Emperor, who would you choose? I think this one always changes, but I think right now I'm stuck on Magnus. Because Magnus and the Thousand Sons weren't inherently evil to say. They were just put into a situation that kind of forced them to go into the side of chaos. It was either die at the hands of Leman Russ because of Horus ordering him to, or, live, but pledging yourself to a god of chaos.
Yeah, and if the Thousand Sons were Loyalists, that would be weird.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because like they're all sorcerers. Mm-hmm. There's no equivalent within the Loyalist ranks. What's the most psychically powerful Loyalist faction? That's Firstborn or First Founding.
Maybe the Ultramarines, because they got like a bunch of named characters for like Psychers and stuff. Yeah. Or maybe even the Blood Angels with like Mephiston and stuff like that.
But it goes to show you that like it doesn't really...
Because I feel like the Thousand Sons are inherently trying to get more power through magic, and I think eventually they're going to have to be knocking on the doors of Tzeentch.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
But it'd be cool to have like the Thousand Sons go evil, but like Magnus still try and stay loyal.
Yeah.
Because I mean, he tried to warn the Emperor, and the Emperor kind of retaliated in a way that kind of forced his hand.
Magnus did nothing wrong. Remember that, guys?
Exactly.
That's the moral of the story. If you're going to break the law, worship a demon. Well, it's not a demon, it's a god. Next question comes from Brian B. Would you want to have an iron hand?
I feel like it's more of an inconvenience than something cool.
Well, I guess it depends on what the Iron Hand can do, because the depictions of Ferrus Manus having an Iron Hand, they don't look cool. It's not like it can. It's not like like a tech priest like thing that has like thingamajiggers
like a power
and
glove with mecha dendrites and like drills and stuff.
None of that. It's almost like if they dipped his hand in. Technically, isn't it necrodermis?
Necrodermis, yeah.
It would be kind of cool that you can't break it.
I feel like you'd put your hand on like a table and the table would just break.
Yeah.
Or like you go to shake somebody's hand and you crush all their bones.
So it'd take a while for you to kind of understand how.
Yeah, kind of like Anakin when he became Darth Vader.
Yeah.
Because he was all like mechanical now.
Oh,
he had to like relearn how to use his body and stuff like that.
But even him, like, I think when we see all those things get attached to him, I was going to say Anakin, but it's Darth Vader. It became like it's not just one solid thing, is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Yeah. Whereas I think Ferrus Manus is just a solid thing.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like that. I would like to have something else that's iron.
Iron heart.
No, my penis. Next question.
This one is by Estachonin666. If they release a Vulcan 40K model one day, how likely would it be if he rocked around a Vulcan cannon with a huge ammo drum carried on his back? Kind of like Vulcan Raven Metal Gear Solid 1.
That'd be dope.
Yeah. Again, I don't see this because most of the time Primarchs are geared towards like close combat, melee. And to have a Primarch that's mostly shooty, when Vulcan is like the biggest, the strongest, known to carry like Warhammers and stuff like that, it kind of
wouldn't happen.
Yeah.
If anybody, I think it would have been Gilliman to carry some badass gun, I feel.
When he's got the gauntlet of Ultramar.
Yeah, but like what I'm saying is like what he's saying, like holding like some giant Gatling thing or something like that.
Probably we'll see Perturabo do something like this.
Yeah, that'd be really dope. Next question comes from Sidenonra. When Tyranids eat biomass, they evolve and get stronger. They also come from another galaxy. Now for the question. Oh, there's just you telling us. Okay. Now for the question. Do they forget those evolutions, or was the other galaxy just full of weaklings?
Tyranid evolution kind of depends on the hive tendril that they come from. So each tendril has different adaptations. That's why you'll see a tendril have adaptations to taking on plasma fire, or others have like adaptations for fighting demons.
Yep.
Yeah, they don't really, for some reason, it would make sense to me to just put everything back into the hive mind and have everything have it, but for some reason they don't.
Yeah, and I think the reason for that is that it's these tendrils and these different hive fleets are all part of like a major one, but that major one, we don't even know if it's in the galaxy yet.
Yeah, that's true. It could still be lying in wait just outside the Halo stars.
So it's not even that the other galaxies were weaklings. It's just that the Tyranids that the Imperium and everybody's fighting, they're the weaklings. They're like the runt of their whole chain. Another thing is that they came in with a shit ton of adaptations already. Anyways.
Yeah. Everything we've seen them is because they've adapted.
Yeah.
So I wonder if they were just like this like goo at first, and they've become this apex predator through evolution.
Yeah, the lore of the Tyranids is really badass. It makes me want to play them, but I don't think they're good on the tabletop, right?
Depending, because I've seen. Well, no, I think the army that won the latest tournament was Chaos. Yeah. So they're good for a little bit, because obviously GW wants people to buy them because they're like the face of 10th edition, and then like they go back to being not so good, kind of like the Necrons.
Yeah. Next question. And also, so yesterday's question, they asked us to name the 20 Primarchs of the channel. Juan Jose Mendivil is another one that sends a lot of really good questions. He says, as a barber, I must ask, did Barber Surgeon return? I don't know who Barber Surgeon is. You're a barber? That's cool.
Yeah, line me up.
Let me get a haircut. I've been rocking the mullet, and it's not by choice.
Yeah, Barber Surgeon. I don't know what that means.
Yeah, no. Thanks for the comment, though. Next question.
This one is by Grimir Dirge. I don't think you guys understand just how involved the gonads are in regulating the entire body. Men who lose their gonads lose more than just testosterone. It completely short-circuits the hypothalamic pituitary gonadial axis and dangerously disrupts the thyroid function. They need constant medication for the rest of their lives. So yes, Astartes need balls.
No. You're wrong.
Because all these things are affecting a human body. The Space Marines go above and beyond. They're transhuman. They now have like 2 hearts, fused ribs as hard as steel, different gene seed organs that replace the pituitary gonadial axis. Yeah. So prove us wrong again. I want to see an actual dissection of a Space Marine with the gonads intact.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I really do like these types of comments, though, that really get into it, because early on, when we started doing Greater Wogs, we would do that. Like, we would, like, kind of dissect the 40K universe and try to be very meticulous about it. Now we've learned that it doesn't really matter.
Yeah. There's no right or wrong in 40K. Everything's too sandboxy, moldable. Things get retconned and new things get added in. So it's play around with it.
It's like in that show, I think we've talked about it, Whose Line Is It Anyways?
Where the points don't matter. Yeah.
Nothing really matters.
The points are made up and the winners matter. Something like that.
Yeah.
Drew Carey is the...
There you go.
Oh, no, the new one doesn't have Drew Carey anymore.
They're still doing it?
I think they stopped.
Oh, damn. I know one of the main comedians is like a host for, what is it? That shopping game? Where they go shopping, they guess the price.
Oh, I mean, Wayne Brady's always doing stuff.
To go back to Juan Jose Mendiville's comment about the barber surgeon, I think what you meant is like that barber/surgeon thing, where barbers used to be surgeons as well, which is insane to think about, right?
Yeah, I can do your lineup and give you a heart transplant.
Yeah.
Without washing my hands in between.
Yeah. That's insane.
Yeah.
Like, that people did not wash their hands until like modern times, and then I shouldn't say that, right? Because ancient cultures, who knows what they did? But
even then, like, it wasn't a practice that they did.
Yeah, I saw this episode with of Theo Vaughn interviewing Neil deGrasse Tyson, and Neil deGrasse Tyson was talking about how within the Muslim religion, like, Islam tells people they have to bathe and do all this kind of stuff. So that concept of bathing was something not common to most people. So when like some type of pathogen came through that was like, it was an infection because of like lack of hygiene, the Muslims wouldn't get infected by this. So they saw it as a sign. And that's how like, things like that were like perceived as otherworldly, but it's like, no, you're just taking a shower.
Yeah, man, it's crazy what a religion can do. I mean, just ask the emperor.
Yeah. It's crazy. So Barber Surgeon, yes, it's back in 40K.
So does that mean like the apothecaries do haircuts?
Oh yeah.
It's not servitors who do that?
No, that's why Space Marines always have such cool ass haircuts.
I feel like it's just like 3 hairstyles and that's it.
Yeah. My favorite is the undercut. Juan Jose Mendiville, he probably does a lot of undercuts.
Yeah.
That was really popular like 10 years ago. Next question.
This one's by Anath Andayar. Is there anything that even Slanesh would find disgusting? Oh, yeah. I think that question would be better suited as like, is there anything that Nurgle would find disgusting?
Yes, even though I think Slanesh would not like scat.
That is a thing. Don't look it up.
Would love golden showers, but not scat.
Yeah. But Nurgle, on the other hand,
He love it.
anything and everything.
Because hygiene.
There you go.
He hates hygiene. He would hate Muslims.
Yeah. Jeez.
That could be taken out of context, right?
And with that being said, guys, that's all we got for today. Keep those questions coming.
I guess we should, stop now.
Yeah. As always, like, comment, subscribe, support us on Patreon. Check us out on the Twitters, the Instagrams, the TikToks. And it's been the Sound Alchemist here with
Gershwin.
And we are out.
Always used to put my freedom first in any situation.